Why, hello there, my fellow mobsters. What's up? It's Robbie with Overworld Games, and yes, we've got a slew of brand new details about Mafia 3, thanks to the brand new issue from Game Informer. You can actually go out and get this right now. I highly recommend Game Informer. They do a great job with their coverage. They even have included some new concept arts, which we will be going over here later on. But yes, we've got new details about how the game world actually plays out. This is really interesting. The idea behind Rackets favors mob bosses and how the cops are so different from other open world games. Plus, new info about racing missions, so use that video guide in the description below to skip ahead to the info you seek. Let's get crazy and let's do this! So you guys know this scene, you go up to a dude and you punch him in the face. Well, this is an actual interrogation going on. Well, we have brand new information about this. You can interrogate witnesses through brute force. These interrogations will lead you to hideouts, and in this demonstration, a construction site, which we did not get to see. We don't see it here. Game Informer got to see that demonstration. I wish we saw this gameplay. Would love to see it. Now, after interrogating this informant, you have the option to kill him for an immediate payout or keep him alive. Keeping him alive can be very beneficial because once you take over the racket in question, the informant can help you grow even more. So this sounds familiar. I'm looking at you, Godfather. It sounds like nearly every concept that I absolutely love in one of my all-time favorite open world games is making it into Mafia 3, guys. I'm going to continue reading this and you'll see what I mean here in just a moment. But Mafia 3 is shaping up to be something very, very special. Now, the idea behind killing this poor dude here is to cause harm to the racket as a whole. By killing the informant, it decreases the value of the racket, whatever it is. And there's going to be a ton of them. As you can see just how beautiful the game world is. There's going to be various locations for the rackets. Again, the one that they were talking about is going to be the construction site. I wish we could see some action of that. But by killing the informant, it decreases the value of the racket again, which makes the mob bosses come out to investigate you so you can handle them. This system is very similar to Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor. You guys may remember the Nemesis system. I told you that would become extremely popular. Seems to be the case here. Now, you could also locate special areas without the help of an informant just by paying attention to the game world. So as you are exploring this game world, maybe at nighttime, you will stumble upon some dude that is completely drugged out. You're seeking this drug dealer. You don't want to go after an informant to get that information. All you would have to do is follow an addict to a dark alley, and eventually he would accidentally lead you to the drug dealer. The same thing can be true about construction sites. If you're looking for a construction site, which in the demonstration, that is what they were doing. If you followed construction trucks, that would lead you to the construction site, so you could see just how realistic the world is built up. So you have several options to lure out these mob bosses because they're gonna die. The slow approach of taking out every enemy is possible. Now, there is stealth in the game. Remember that you can go throughout the whole game world and basically kill everyone. This will draw the mob boss's attention for sure. Or you can interrogate an informant again and get that big piece of information, you know, the nail in the coffin, so to speak, so you can actually find out about such things as large stashes of cash that you can steal to hurt their operation. You can question multiple informants. You don't just have to question one before heading into a mission, and one can spill the beans on how to take out enforcers. These guys mean business because they protect the mob bosses. But Robbie, I'm not a killer, I'm a lover. Well, this game is probably not for you. No, I'm just kidding. But if you don't want to kill the mob boss, you actually have that option. You can actually try to turn him to your side, but you've got to offer him something good. They didn't really go into detail as to what that could be, but in the Godfather games, as we can see here, boop, what you had to offer was a large amount of money, and it really ended up being worth it. A lot of the Godfather mechanics, again, are making their way into Mafia 3. But in the long run, it usually ended up being worth it paying the mob boss, the racket boss, to come to your side because it would improve the rackets operations. The same thing is going to be true in Mafia 3. And to keep the game fresh throughout your long journey, there are AI archetypes. Some have blades and shotguns that rush Lincoln, and others will take cover from a long distance. Others will also make an attempt to call in reinforcements via a phone, so they'll run towards a payphone. Remember those? Oh. And they will try to call for backup. Now, you're probably wondering how the aim system is in Mafia 3. Is it manual aim? Is it auto aim? Well, there is a snap to target aim assist, much like The Godfather. But as you increase the difficulty, that sort of aim assist adjusts accordingly, so it will get more difficult to aim as you go, and you will be responsible for getting those headshots. So you're stealthing your way through the game, and you realize I have screwed up. There's too many enemies around me. Well, you can call in favors via a walkie-talkie. These include drive-bys, hiring muscle, killing the lights, and all sorts of other things. So there's a lot of options with calling in favors, including restocking supplies at mobile weapon shops. There's actual story reasons for this. Black people had a very difficult time getting guns from actual weapon shops, so they had to go around the law to do that. So everything is tied to the story, even how you obtain weapons, which I absolutely love. I think that is epic. But these favors are offered to you by your lieutenants and are cheaper the better the relationship you have with them. But mess with them and the price goes up. Remember, one of our lieutenants is going to be Vito, which is badass, and there's going to be 3 other lieutenants as well. And since the police are so corrupt, they are going to be very difficult to face in this game. It's not going to be like your usual smusual police affair for this type of overworld game. Instead, venturing into wealthy white neighborhoods, because you will be playing as an African American, will see an increase in police activity, and the response to small crimes will also be increased. So you have been warned. Do not mess with the 5-0. So back to those lieutenants. This is how you give control over to the lieutenants. Game Informer went over this. There is district control. As you can see, you could take over an entire district. And then also hideout control. So there might be 2 hideout leaders and 1 district leader. It's important not to ruffle feathers and diversify too much within a district, it seems. That's what Game Informer indicated. So as you own a district, it seems like you want to keep it nicely pieced together. So have Vito own this district and maybe one other mob boss. But you don't want them too close together, it seems. But once these districts and hideouts are assigned, even more missions open up. Mafia 2's big narrative-driven missions will return, by the way, which was great to hear. They will not be neglecting story. So tell me more about the cars, Robbie. Will we see racing in the game? And yes, we will be seeing racing in the game. And this is going to be offered by Burke, who's one of our lieutenants. And you'll earn customization rewards to upgrade classes of cars, including muscle, sports, and more. So there's actual classes within this game, which was great to hear. They're going all out with the cars, it seems. And they're really going after that Hollywood blockbuster feel. The sound of the car design, the car models, reminds me a lot of Sleeping Dogs. Also, check out some of the brand new concept arts from Mafia 3. Now, this shows a creepy cemetery at nighttime, so it looks like we could be visiting that in the game. Then New Orleans lit up at night, so beautiful. I think this game is going to really be something special at nighttime. And then we've got the Swamplands. It's going to be away from that urban district, those more city-focused areas. You'll probably also bury a body or 2 out here as well. And then finally, you can see how gorgeous the potential is for the setting of New Orleans during the day. So Mafia 3 is shaping up to be quite something. Every single time I hear news about this game, it really piques my interest. And to hear comparisons to one of my favorite open world games franchises, The Godfather. Of course, The Godfather 1 was my favorite game. The Godfather 2 was pretty good. I just feel like it's one of the more underrated open world games out there, and it's great to see another mobster game coming up here sometime in 2016. We don't have a firm release date, but once we have that over here at Open World Games, I will definitely let you guys know. Do not worry, I will post a video telling you that this is the release date, so I cannot wait for that news. Look forward to more information about Mafia 3 as we celebrate its arrival in 2016. Stay tuned and subscribe for more. Like this video and share it with your friends. It helps out a ton, guys. You have no idea. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys soon enough in 1968 New Orleans.